Hi, this tutorial will teach you how to download the Science Flexbook. So let's go ahead and begin. I know some of you are having difficulty accessing our wiki from your iPad, so I've provided for you the direct link to week 1 of Unit 1 of the Middle School Science Unit. So you can type in this URL on your iPad to access directly where the Flexbook is located. Now, all of this information that I'm providing you today, I did on the iPad itself. So just take note of that these instructions pertain to how you download the Flexbook onto your iPad using your iPad. So let's go ahead and begin. So here we are now at week 1 of Unit 1 of the Middle School Science Unit. And I apologize as I'm scrolling and doing things on my iPad. There's a bit of a delay and some pausing, but just be patient. Yours will look a lot cleaner. So what I'm going to do is you want to get down to day 1. Now you can just click the table of contents to the right, but I need to scroll down, so this is the part where I apologize. So here we are at day 1, and you will notice here that it says click here to access the Flexbook Matter and its interactions. So it's a live link, so go ahead and click that, and here's what you'll see. So what you should see after clicking the link is the Flexbook called Unit 1 Physical Science Matter and its Interactions, and you have a nice table of contents here and so forth. Now you have a couple of options. You could just view it online as is. So each of these is a live link, and you can click and read the section and watch the videos and so forth. However, this lesson was on how to download a copy, so I want to bring your attention to this area right over here where you can download. Now again, you have some choices. You can do a PDF if you'd like. You can download onto your Kindle, or in this case we're going to go ahead and download on the iPad. So let's go ahead and click the download iPad and see what happens. So what will happen when you try to create a PDF to download to your Kindle or iPad, you'll get this Flexbook system message coming up. And so it'll tell you to sign in order to download. So when you click OK, it'll take you to the Flexbook website. And again, this is a free resource. So go ahead and create a username and password. You'll need it throughout the year. So create that and then go back and click on your iPad download again, and you'll see this next. So here I am. I created a username and password, and now I see my name. And so I am able to download the iPad version. So I will click right here where it says download iPad. Here's what will appear next then. You get a choice in how you want to download your document. So when I click the first box, I see that I have a choice. I can put it in iBooks or in Evernote. I tend to use iBooks. I enjoy reading, so I am going to go ahead and select iBooks for my download. So here it is, ta-da, the Flexbook. Now the first page does not look very textbooky. This is just giving credit to the CK12 organization that creates Flexbooks, and because they're a free resource, we are very happy to acknowledge that they are providing this resource to us, and it's fabulous. So let me go ahead and talk about some of these notes up at the top here. If you haven't used iBook before, this mark is to bookmark the page you're on. So if your child is reading and they want to save their spot, they can click that and it makes a little cute bookmark. This over here are the chapters, so the table of contents. So you click that and it'll take you to the table of contents, and this will go back to your iBooks library. So eventually you will have 6 Flexbooks all stored in your library. So I'm going to go ahead and click on the table of contents and show you what that looks like. So here we have then the table of contents and of course the cover that looks much prettier now. Each of these is a live link. So as your child is going through the unit, they will select one of these to read as directed in the instructions. Now, a few things to note. If you've never used an iPad before, let me give you a little instruction here on how to use an iPad. If you can see my hand right there, to turn pages, you would just flick it right here on the corner, or you can tap, and that'll turn the page. By tapping at the top, right about here, it would cause the bookmark to show up. So by tapping at the top, you'll get your bookmark. By tapping at the bottom or flicking, you will be able to turn the page. And then if I was to click right here on library, it would take me then to my iBooks library shelf. And here it is. And so there is my brand new Flexbook right here on my shelf. So let me show you a few more things about the Flexbook and how to use iBook. And again, I invite you to discover on your own. There's a lot of fun stuff here for you. But let me just highlight a couple of cool features of reading on an iPad. So the first thing you can do is you can grab text and highlight. So here's a section from the Flexbook that I grabbed. And what I do to grab is I hold my cursor down, kind of right here, and then I release it. So I hold and then release, and it'll say something like select. And so then I can drag this blue line right across to the part I wish to grab or select. And then this little message pops up right here. So I can copy that text. I can actually get a definition. If it was a word, I can define it. I can highlight the text or make a note here. So let's go ahead and try highlighting first. So here we go. I have selected purple and I highlighted that information. So that's pretty cool that you can highlight text. It'll help your child identify key information. If instead of highlight I hit the notes, I can then add my very own note to this section. So I typed in something I wanted to remember. I studied physics last year, so kinetic and potential energy was something I remember from last year, so I decided to write myself a little note. And so then when I close the note, I will see this little box, and that tells me that I have a note on this page. And so I can click right there, and it'll open up that note again. So I hope you find this information useful as you begin exploring Flexbooks on your iPad. If you need to contact me, you'll find my contact information right here. Feel free to email me with any of your questions or concerns, and I'll try my best to help you out. So I hope you and your child have a great year in science.